I might pull up on you to interview you. Hey, tell me where you from. Tell me what you do.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, BMan Jones, back again for another episode of Brilliant Views. Before we get started, I gotta give a shout out to my sponsors, the Gym Complex. First of all, they gave me this nice Christmas gift, this new laptop cover you see here. But you can also come to the Gym Complex. You can do your podcast here. You can record your music here. Do your photo shoots here, music videos, everything creative it can get done right here at the Gym Complex, 880 South Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville, South Carolina. But today, I have with me the local legend, the living legend, the national legend, the coach of the year, all those things, Mr. Chris Brockman. What's up, bro?
What's up, dog?
How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. It's a blessing to have you here, man. Listen, let's just jump right into it. What made you want to become a coach?
That's a tough one, man. But when I sit back and I actually think about it, it wasn't really set thing like how I want to be a coach or that's just an occupation that I want. Actually, it was just a young guy doing what I do, and one of my best friend's cousins reached out to us. Doug Valentine, he's like, we need help coaching, some youth league. Y'all want to get down with it, because he knew, we played or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. And we went out there, and it just hit the ground running from there. That was like back in 2014, and it's been going ever since, man. So
that's the Upstate Titans that you're talking about.
That's the Upstate Titans, the youth league.
I got you. Y'all used to practice over at Carolina.
Yeah, we practiced at a few spots. Practiced at Carolina, and we practiced at Southside.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I put up on you guys a couple times.
Yep.
But now, what age group do you coach?
Now, when I started out originally back in 2014, I took the 10 and under. So that was the 9 and 10-year-olds, depending upon the birthday. I think back then the cutoff date was like July. And so what we played in was called South Carolina AAU, the first AAU ever. And it was from 8U, 10U, and 12U, and then 14U. Is pretty much what we did that year. And I took the 10U the first 3 years. And then, of course, I was the player safety coach, which got me certified early because I had to go get certified for the organization. So basically, I'm driving to, where did I go? I think I went to Nation Ford or one of those high schools up there.
To get certified? To
get certified. So you sit in that, high school coaches, well, now I got to take it every year. But back then I didn't have to because it was just youth league. But AAU, everything's bigger. So we went on ahead and got somebody certified, what happened to be me. So I was college coaches, they all got to take it. So got up there and became the player safeties coach, man, and 10U head coach, and it went from there.
Been going ever since, man. Now, the Upstate Titans, bro, like, they're like, from what I heard of, like, AAU football, definitely here in South Carolina, you guys like the best in South Carolina, period.
Hey, it's a tough argument. I mean, but when you put it like this, when you mention youth league football, you have to mention the Upstate Titans, especially here in this area. Let's just put it like that.
Now, you guys did have you competed nationally a couple years as well.
Yes, we did compete nationally a few years.
That's crazy, man. Now, how was that, like, traveling with, I know AAU basketball is already crazy. It's 12 guys.
Right.
You're 12 to 15, but football, that's like 30 maybe?
Yeah,
like,
try to keep it about 25 or 30,
Yeah,
man.
How was that with, like, kids, and you got to get the parents and all that? Like,
it's the whole thing is it's a buy-in from everyone. That's the whole situation. The parents got to buy in, the kids got to buy in, the coaches got to buy in, everybody's got to buy in to make something like that happen.
I got you.
Because when you talk about the 25 or 30 kids, and you're talking about one or two parents, which predominantly is maybe one, because that's what we have in these inner city kids is single moms, things of that nature. So I mean, you're talking about that one or two times another 30. So now you're taking 60, 90 people on the road, and at the end of the day, you're technically responsible for all of them. So we go down to Florida, load up buses, but what you try to do is, get those condos and those rooms, get a whole block off where you get better pricing, things of that nature. And then, pretty much long as the parents are there, we're good. But the majority of times with what we do, because we're in the inner city, the parents aren't there. The kids get sent off.
Right.
Because they get the permission to be out of school for a certain week. We get homework from the schools, so when you're there, you're at nationals. I mean, it's pretty serious, man. They got practices, they got their homework sites, how much they hate doing because they think they're on vacation, but they're not.
Yeah,
you got your games. It's a business trip, dog. Business trip. Try to let them have fun, swim, get kicked out a little. We go kick out, let them have fun, but it's a business trip, man. You go national.
Man, so now just listening to that and just knowing as a player, bro, like that player coach relationship. That's a very important thing. Like, how do you build that? Because I see you on your social medias, man. If you're not posting about one of your players or with them, posting about them, you're with them, working them out, bro. So how do you go about building those relationships with those players to buy in and trust you? Because at the end of the day, when it comes to coaching, it's a lot about trusting.
Oh man,
what this man is telling me.
One of my key examples, and I'm a Gamecock fan, do or die Spurs
it's okay.
up. But
State.
Dabo Swinney, man, he's a prime example of a player's coach.
I got you.
And realistically, when you become a player's coach, these kids of all ages, whether they're 18, 19, getting ready to enter the adult world, or whether they're babies of 8 and 9 coming in, basically, if they love you, they'll run through a wall for you. So realistically, what you try to do is show them that, hey, you care, because in this time and world, man, these kids nowadays don't have nobody there to care for them, whatever it can be. A lot of these parents are young. A lot of these parents are our age, dog, maybe even younger.
Right.
So these kids going home sometimes no lights, no food. Some of them have perfectly good homes, things of that nature. But pretty much what I try to do for them, especially now translating from the youth league to the high school league, is, man, I just be there for them. Because me only being 26, what I like to use is that I'm halfway your age, because I almost just got out of there a couple years ago, but I'm halfway your parents' age too. So I play the happy medium.
I got you. I ain't no kid, but I'm not no kid.
Yeah.
But we might listen to the same artist.
Might listen to the same artist. I might be able to kick back and relate where you're coming from, because I just freshly came out of it, things of that nature. But also, I grew up, so I knew structure. I knew everything we had to learn, so I get where your parents coming from too, things of that nature. So you just try to balance it out. And, just let them know that you're there, and then, man, it all flows, if it's natural,
Right, I got you, man. I definitely understand that, with YBA and everything, but...
The way.
Yeah.
The boy said the way.
Yes, sir, but let's talk about Southside Christian, man.
Word.
Because I'm telling you, bro, like, I never played football, ever, I played basketball and hockey, cool, but... Like, I see you with your players. I see you with the videos. You always promoting, even when they play other sports.
Yeah.
Like, so how did you become a high school coach, going from being certified as an AAU coach, but now you're a high school coach? How did that transition come along?
National College Preps. It's this thing called NCP that Greg Hood runs. He played DB at safety a while back. But long story short, I started doing that where they pretty much take top 25, top 50 kids across, where it be state, national, and we pretty much take them around to travel and train and do 7-on-7s against other dogs. So I may have a sophomore or freshman with 0 offers going against a junior or sophomore already committed to Ole Miss or got offers from Alabama. They say things of that nature.
It's a good competition.
Oh, man, great competition. So after what happened was we had a 7-on-7 team, me and my boy TQ. TQ took the defense, I took the offense, and we had a bunch of guys who are now older, younger, was JW, who's now at Marist College. We had Ty Helms, who went to Greenville, and I think he went to Independence, the one that's on, what's the TV show?
Last Chance U.
Last Chance U.
Okay.
He went to Independence, and a couple of other cats like that are pretty notable. But realistically, we took these young guys as sophomores and freshmen, and we ended up going against kids in Florida, Alabama, things of that nature, and doing college visits, things of that nature. And the parents caught wind of what we was doing, and I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? So on the field, I'm a very excited guy. I'm the loud one. I'm just very wide open, and the kids love it, and the parents do too.
Right.
Because it's just like
he gets it. He cares about the game of football, but he also cares about my kid.
Always cares about my kid as well too. So it's they see their kids enjoying it and having fun, and so realistically, man, that's just pretty much how we lock in there. NCP and Greg Hood, he told me one time, he said, man, the parents love you. They know what you're doing. Southside Christian is, looking for someone. And in my head, I'm like, Southside Christian, because I played at Malden.
Right.
So this big time, for a Big 16 football, what I played,
Exactly.
So I'm like, Southside Christian, I was like, well, I'll think about it. And then one of my friends, TQ, he went on and got the coaching job at Southside Christian, and he hit me up and was like, hey, man, they looking for somebody. I think you should come over. And I'm like, Southside Christian, I said, Greg Hood just told me about that too. I said, you over there? He's like, yeah, man, let's make it happen. Yeah. I said, set it up, and that's how we got on there, man.
Going ever since, man.
For sure.
Now, what, in your opinion, is, I guess, the biggest, the difference between being a AAU coach and a high school coach? Because even though, your goal is to definitely do your best to get them to that next level. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, with high school, it's kind of, you still got to do it is it structured differently? Like, how does...
It's completely structured differently, man, because there are rules and boundaries that are in AAU that are in league, statewide. And it depends on what state you're in, too.
Okay.
Hence, not to get off subject, but hence the Dorman situation.
Hey, shout out to Dorman, too. I hope you boys go
I hope y'all boys make it happen.
And make it happen.
They let y'all go.
I signed them. They let them go.
They let them go. They signed a petition. They let them go today.
They started today.
Yep.
But side note, Dorman, y'all rocking. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to y'all boys, man. Make it happen. Put on for the city. All right, now back to them rules. Them crazy rules that we have here in South Carolina, bro. But
so the point is, like, things like, for instance, with AAU, like one thing, and I'll tell you another difference. My guys, like you were saying, I'm used to being hands-on with my guys, even kids from other school because of the youth. So I got kids all over that I'm hands-on with, though I coach, for one high school. And so realistically, this year specifically, they made a dead period. The dead period now is from the last game that was played until May. So while kids are getting work, a coach cannot be present in the state of South Carolina until spring practice.
They got that same dead period for basketball, but I mean that's a big gap in football because you gotta train, you gotta basketball. You can play with each other for a month and kind of learn each other.
Yep.
But football, you gotta
you got to grasp it, man, because, people always think it's all about speed and fast, and it's all about intelligence and IQ, And I tell my guys all the time, that guy may be faster and bigger, but we're going to be smarter.
Yeah.
And, so.
He might can run through a wall, but we're going to set the wall and make him run around. By the time he get around the wall,
we're going to be smarter.
He tired. But, that's crazy. But I honestly think that's just a South Carolina thing, but that's neither here nor there.
It is, man. It is, man.
It's crazy, man. I remember that dead period for basketball. Like, it was dead, but somehow the gym would be open, but the culture would be there. But it's basketball. That's not football. You gotta, drills.
Right. But it's still the same blueprint, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, the same blueprint that I had at the AAU is the same blueprint using in high school. Okay. And it's just win, win, make better men, get them in college. That's what I think that's what sets, us apart at Southside Christian. And I think what set us apart, with the Titans is that with the SEAAU in general, my kids that are in high school now, that are played against, cats that are making noise at other schools in other states, like Khalil Jenkins at Fort Dorchester, you know what I'm saying? Like Tanner Whittingham and all those guys, and Mays and those guys, and like Casey Fields, and they had all these different schools, at Dutch Fork and Buford, and they're making noise, dude, like Nemo Squire, ranked number 11 in the nation now, and he played for the Stampede, which was another organization that our guys played against at that point in time, and then being able to play against, just so many different people, like even celebrity teams, things of that nature. It was an idea.
Like, what? So have you guys played like Snoop and?
We haven't played. We haven't. We actually tried to link up with Snoop at one point in time, but that's a whole different conversation. We even tried to. Link up, what's the guy named Tony or whatever from Little Tyson. Either way, I know we played against Talib Aquib's team. Brandon Jacobs' team, and then whoever else had. I think T.I. had a team. The Atlanta Ducks played against them guys. I think those are like the main three that we pretty much played against.
Now AAU though, it stops like with AAU football. I know basketball you can go all the way to your 18, but it stops. Does it stop at a certain time for AAU football?
Actually, it depends on where you at, man. The state, because even with youth football, it's bigger than AAU. You get outside of AAU, man. So much with so many leagues now, and you got 15 U ball. So it goes up to 14. But like the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes and all those guys. But that's where you get pretty much grown men in the national level. Where you get national, that's where you got to get in the book checks and looking at IDs and dates and stuff. Because it's cats your size on 12 you. So
it's what?
It's cats your size on 12 you, bro.
I'm 6'4", about 235.
That's my point. Look it up. I'm telling you, and you can look these kids up on rosters, live, active rosters.
But you gotta go to after that. You gotta probably look at all the birth certificates, all that.
You gotta do the book checks and all that stuff to make sure, man. So that national, it gets pretty gritty versus in South Carolina, or just within the high school league itself. Anyway,
I got you. Now, what do you think Like, what part of coaching do you think you enjoy the most?
Oh, getting them in college and understanding how they got there. Yeah, man, because a lot of people don't really understand. Like, one thing that's notable about Southside Christian is, if correct me if I'm wrong.
Y'all send them boys to school. I've seen it. I see it. They sending boys to school.
I think last year we signed the most, LOIs, which is letter of intents to go play. Okay. And I think this year we might have signed the most too. Last year I think we sent out 11. This year I think we dropped down to like 6 or so. Okay. And realistically, Granville County don't put out that many, guys. You don't see that many signed here and there. And most kids, they think about Power 5. And what Power 5 is, for those who don't know, you're like your Florida, your Clemson, your big name schools.
Everybody got football teams.
Everybody wants to Power 5, man. So, but, man, it's getting them to understand that, okay, you want to play D1, but are you a D1 qualifier? Mm-hmm. And really, I feel personally that I'm giving them what they aren't getting at the other schools, because I'm not going to make you a number. It's almost like a mentor. Like, when you come to me, you better be ready when you come to me, because if you say this is what you want,
I'm going to push you to
we're going to push you, and we're going to make sure we get there. Mm-hmm. And in order for you to get there, this is what you have to qualify to get there.
Right, as far as grades and on the field.
Grades on the field, off the field, the way you carry yourself. Like, even sometimes we may run mock interviews, things of that nature, especially with the AAU outside, just to prep them on a different level, because they're going to put you in front of a mic. They're going to put you in front of that camera.
They want to see how you can react to those type of things, how you carry yourself. Because, like, definitely in today's age, that camera, microphones is everywhere.
It's huge, man. Yeah. It's huge. At a young age, that's a lot coming at one time, and a lot of kids just think it's just all about what they see on Instagram. Because I explain some of my kids, the difference between, a realistic committable offer and a realistic uncommittable offer. Like, a kid is, in 8th grade or 9th grade, and he just got offered by Kentucky, whoop-de-doo. But the chances of that actually being a committable offer by the time he's a sophomore, sophomore, junior, senior, and it's even an article you can go look out where it's saying that national D1 colleges are putting out more scholarships than they can cash. So realistically, you got to watch this.
Somebody not gonna pay.
So you're either not gonna qualify, right? Or you're gonna screw it. Something's gonna happen, and they rather bite a different bug than be bit by the bug.
That's crazy. I gotta look that up. It makes sense though, because you got so many kids. It's talented kids everywhere. I remember a couple years back. I don't know where the kids at now, but it was like a kid like you said, 6'5", 14. Right. It was in Alabama. I'm like, bro, where do you find these kids, bro? Yeah. And it's crazy, man. But so I know you enjoy getting those kids in college, man. But when you get that letter or that text or that email or whatever, hey, coach, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, man. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for making sure I got my classwork done, making sure I was on time for practice and all those types of things. Do you think that's like the most rewarding part of being a coach?
I think it is, man. And you don't really look for that, It's just because you're doing it, for me anyway, because it makes me feel good. I just love doing it, But yeah, man, for them to recognize and go back and say, and then give an example behind it, hey, this is where you got on me. This is where I learned from it. Thank you for that. Right. I'm in a better place now. You just like, okay, I'm building my hourly bricks, because they say Rome wasn't built overnight, but they were building bricks, laying bricks every hour, every single hour. So I feel that's me laying my hourly bricks, to get it, to get my room built, man. So yeah, I really enjoy hearing that from those guys, man.
Man, that's big, man. So now 26. Yeah. Still coaching at Southside Christian.
Yep. My 5th year.
About to jump back into the Upstate Titans. Mm-hmm. What does Chris see himself in? Let's say, I like to give a little bit shorter time period. 3 years.
3 years from now, man. You never know. I tell people all the time. 6 months, things could change. 24. We could walk out this room, and something could change. Mm-hmm. So ideally, no idea. All I can say is just look. Because the kids that we had in the Titans that were once young when we started in 2014 are now the kids that are finna get noted now. You got Ja'Cory Hallams at Travelers Rest. He's gonna be, probably a Power 5 guy. You got Ja'Cory Martin. He's at Southside Christian. Ja'Cory Hallams. Pitbull, Ja'Cory at Travelers Rest. Yeah, he's one of my Titan guest winners. Ray White at Greenville. You got the Gamble brothers at Southside, Chance and Jamie. Mm-hmm. I could just keep going.
When you sit back and see your kids grow, man, how does that feel? When you be like, man, such and such, Ja'Cory Hallams got 3 touchdowns last night, you'd be like, yeah, that's one of my.
That's my. It's and when you think about when they were, man, when they were years ago, you just be like, my God, how far they came, how the family came, how everyone came, and that's just with all these boys, man. I was sitting in one gym, and I can't remember one game because I'm always looking at game stuff. And one woman tapped me on my shoulder, and she asked me, she said, I just got to ask you a question. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, how do you know all of these kids? And I said, man. Honestly, I had them all at one point, and now they're all spread all over Greenville County. Because the idea that we originally had was to have the Titans and do what they do in your Florida and your Texas and feed a school.
One school, yeah.
But just like I said, everything in South Carolina, especially in Greenville County, is very, very tough. So you end up butting heads with the school systems and all that stuff, and now everybody getting on board. So and now instead of being one feeder program and us being a powerhouse somewhere, now the kids are spread out everywhere. And you know that now they just show love from a distance because I still, you know, they still love them. You know, I love them back, and
they know the work that you put into them.
They know my number ain't changed. You know what I'm saying?
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man. Hey, first of all, thank you, bro, for being a coach. I know I coach church league basketball, and that's you know what I'm saying? I'm for real. Man. That's hard enough, man. Hey, but keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You are making a difference. You're building your bricks, like you said, bro.
Most definitely.
For real, man. Hey, now how can the people follow you, man? How can they watch you on your journey as you continue to grow?
If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Coach 'em Up Brock. On Snapchat, it's Brock Made It, Brock_Made It, and then on Instagram, I don't even know what my Instagram is. It's
I'll make sure I put it on. I'll tag it.
Tag it on
I'll tag it
whatever it's on that tag it. But Instagram is where I put out most of the videos and stuff.
Yeah. And while we're right there, man, and one more question, kind of a statement, bro. Let the people understand how important it is to, like you said, carry yourself the right way off that field, bro. Like, cause with these phones, man, like when we were growing up, the social media era, it was beginning.
No, it wasn't there, right? Mm-hmm.
It was beginning. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like it's here. People are, you know, getting seen off this. You can lose a job. You can get a job off of the internet, all that type of stuff. So, do you coach? I know you do, but like, how do you, I guess, coach that or not control, but overlook that as a coach?
I guess I pretty much, like for instance, I tell my guys all the time, this is what I tell them. I say, hey guys, it's very simple. There's somebody that gets paid to do what they do, okay? When you get older, you're going to understand you're going to do whatever you need to do to feed your family. Hence, like here, why I'm so passionate about winning. Because this is going to cause me to feed whatever because I'm getting paid to do this. Right. So there's someone that gets paid to watch your Instagram and purposely take you out of a stack and throw it out. He gets paid to do that. And if he screws up, then he screws his family, you know, out of money and nourishment, things of that nature.
His kids might not be able to go to school.
So people take that very serious, is my point. And so you got to watch what you post. And on another flip side, I give them proof. Like one coach posted, I forget what school it was, and I actually posted, you might have saw it a couple days ago, where she said she went to go scout one player who was one of the top-ranked players and ended up going to the coach and saying, I want the other person. And she's like, no, don't you mean you want? She's like, no, I don't want him. After I came, I don't want him or her. After I came, you know, and I looked at characterism, she was like, she might not be the fastest, you know what? She might not be ranked the highest, but, you know, she has good work ethic. She's coachable. And I can win with that. What I can't win with is a kid who thinks they know it all and has a horrible attitude. And so you take those two things to say, hey, character is up to you off the field, so you control your character, and then, you know, watch what you post, because that's realistically all the guys that you watch on Instagram and all the famous guys, they pay someone to tell them what to post and what not to post. And, you know, and they kind of protect them from that, which you as a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid, you don't have that. Right. So I'm going to be that and tell you, hey, take that down, or hey, don't post that, or just what I like to say is put yourself in a defensible position at all times. That's what I tell them. Put yourself in a defensible position at all times. So at any point in time, if something comes down to it, you can defend yourself.
Right.
Period.
That's great coaching. Hey, man, Chris, bro, thank you, man. Thank you for coming through, man. Like I said, keep doing your thing with the youth, bro. You're making a difference.
Appreciate it,
all right,
bro.
Man. Hey, make sure y'all stay tuned in. Make sure y'all follow this man. Go support this man. And make sure y'all keep following and supporting Brilliant Views.
Yeah.
You know how to follow me, all that type of stuff. I got Chris. Chris is gonna make a studio near you playlist for the players. We got that in the works. It's coming. Y'all stay tuned for that, man. But if you would like to be on Brilliant Views or would like to be on the studio near you playlist, make sure you hit me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those things. But you can also email me at brilliantviewsproductions@gmail.com. Until then, see you next time. Stay brilliant. Peace.
Brilliant views.